10 gigabit Ethernet is the fourth Ethernet technology of the family of Ethernets, because we have four different Ethernet technologies are there. First one is standard, second one is fast Ethernet, third one is gigabit Ethernet, and the final Ethernet technology is 10 gigabit Ethernet. So it is defined by IEEE by giving a standard of 802.3 AE. So 802.3 AE is the standard given to 10 gigabit Ethernet. Just we need to recollect what the standards given to standard Ethernet, fast Ethernet, and this. Just a minute. So standard Ethernet, the IEEE standard is 802.3. 802.3 is the standard Ethernet for standard given by IEEE to standard Ethernet. So fast Ethernet. So fast Ethernet, what is the standard given? 802.3 U. 802.3 U is the standard given to fast Ethernet. So coming to gigabit Ethernet. So gigabit Ethernet, we have the standard of 802.3 AB. So 802.3 AB. So in that again two cases are there, 802.3 AB and 802.3 Z. So 3Z is used in case of three different things. One is by using the shielded twisted pairs and optical fibers. The IEEE standard given is 802.3Z, and for twisted pairs this 802.3 AB is used. So that is the main standard for gigabit Ethernet. So coming to 10 gigabit Ethernet. So like this standard Ethernet and fast Ethernet and gigabit Ethernet, the IEEE is given a particular standard to 10 gigabit Ethernet also, that is 802.3 AE. That is the standard for 10 gigabit Ethernet. So when it was invented made in the year of 2002, this 10 gigabit Ethernet is 10 gigabit Ethernet was introduced. So now we'll see what is the other name for this one. Means 10 gigabit Ethernet is also known as 10GE, 10 GBE, or 10 GigE. So these three names are also given to this 10 gigabit Ethernet. That means either we called it as 10 gigabit Ethernet, or shortly we called it as 10GE. 10GE means G means gigabit, E means Ethernet. So otherwise we called GBE also. So GB means gigabit and E is Ethernet. So otherwise we called it as gig E. This is also the other name used for 10 gigabit Ethernet. So by using this 10 gigabit Ethernet, it will achieve a maximum rate up to 10 gigabits per second, mean 10 Gbps. So normally the transmission rate by using this 10 gigabit Ethernet is 10 GB per second, 10 Gbps అని చెప్తారు. So now this 10 GE is 1000 times faster than standard Ethernet, because the standard Ethernet, the transmission rate is 10 Mbps. So when compared to this 10 Mbps, then this 10 GE is supporting for 10 gigabits per second, 10 Gbps. So this 10 GE is simply 1000 times faster than the standard Ethernet. Clear? And coming to the duplex modes, mean that is the transmission modes. So here the 10 gigabit Ethernet is supporting the full duplex communication. So it will support the full duplex communication. So what is full duplex communication? So full duplex mode mean if sender A is there and sender B is there. So by using this 10 gigabit Ethernet, at a time the sender A and sender B both will transmit the data. So this is possible in full duplex communication. So the 10 gigabit Ethernet supports this full duplex communication. And coming to the medium access control sublayer. So medium access control sublayer is nothing but the sublayer of the data link layer. So if you consider the medium access control sublayer, so what is the frame format used for this one? So generally the Ethernet technologies use the frame format, the common frame format for all the Ethernet technologies. So what is the frame format? It consists of, this is the frame format used for Ethernet. So here, if you consider this one, normally from data link layer to physical layer, the data is in the format of like this, mean header and data. So from data link layer to physical layer, the data is given in the format of header plus data. So here this header is nothing but physical layer header, and data is nothing but payload. So now this is the format. So in this format, what are the fields are existed mean, this is the existing fields. So if you observe here, this complete thing is called as physical layer header, this H, and the remaining things are called as data payload. So what is the header consists of? Header consists of two things. One is preamble, another one is SFD. So this preamble is 56 bits of alternating ones and zeros. So totally 56 bits are there. That 56 bits are alternating 1 and zeros. So 7 bytes is allocated for preamble and 1 byte is allocated for SFD. So what is that SFD? Start frame delimiter. So that is 1 byte. And next coming to the data. So here data is consisting of this number of fields. How many number of fields are there? 5 different fields are there. One is destination address, source address, length PDU, data and padding, and CRC. So this destination address consists of 6 bytes of memory area, and source address is of 6 bytes. Length PDU means, as we discussed, PDU may length of the padding data units. So how many data bits are there? How many padding bits are there? So totally the length is measured in 2 bytes of data. And coming to CRC, CRC means cyclic redundancy check. So to get the data properly means for a meaningful data, that means without any errors, the data is received by the receiver. To get the error-free data, we will maintain CRC of 4 bytes. And coming to the data and padding, this is our original data. Now, for the original data, we need to add some redundant bits. So, how many number of redundant bits are added by using the length PDU? This will define the length of the padding bits. So, here payload or data is common. So, here the data and padding is not consisting of a constant size like this destination address, source address, length, CRC. So each and everything mean this destination, source, these fields consist of a constant size, but data is depending on the user. That's why that is not constant. So here what will happen? The minimum and maximum frame length is defined for data. So the payload length is having a particular range. What is the range of payload? 46 bytes to 1500 bytes. So within that range, the data will be transmitted from sender to the receiver. So this is about the framing system in the data link layer by using the medium access control sublayer. And coming to physical layer. So physical layer means first thing is we need to use the means a transmission mode. So what is the transmission mode used? So the transmission mode is this one, full duplex mode. So we have three different transmission modes are there, as we know: simplex mode, half duplex mode, and full duplex mode. So in that, the mostly we are using the full duplex mode for this full duplex mode for 10 gigabit ethernet. So next coming to uh, types of implementations, mean by using means if you connecting the devices, means what is the topologies we are used. So here again we are using two different type of topologies. One is point to point and other one is point to point. So first one is point to point and second one is star topology. Star topology. Sorry. So these two topologies are used in 10 gigabit Ethernet. So now for connecting the computer devices, so we are using some various wires. So what are the different type of implementations are there in 10 gigabit Ethernet? We'll see. So we have three different types of implementations are there. So what are the three different mean? First one is 10 G base means 10 gigabit 10G base S, and second one is 10G base L, and third one is 10G base E. So these are the three different implementations used in 10 gigabit. So now we'll see what is 10G base S. So it is defined by IEEE 802.3 AE standard. So this standard is given by IEEE. As we know, in the year of 2002 this standard is given. So it uses the fiber optic cables. So we have three different cables are there. One is shielded twisted pairs, coaxial cables, and optical fibers. So this 10G base SR is made up of this fiber optics cables. Next one, the maximum segment length is 300 meters. So the segment length is 300 meters, which is used in this 10G base SR. Now the multi-mode fibers mean this will support 80 means 0.8485 frequency, mean the frequency range of this 10G base SR is this 0.85 mu. Now coming to the next one, 10G base LR. So this is the second type of 10 gigabit Ethernet. So again another thing, what is this SR? 10G base SR. So optical fiber, we have the data in the form of light waves. So S represents the short wave form. So for short waves, this 10G base S is used. So for longer waves, this 10G base LR is used. So here also we are using the optical fiber cables. So like in 10G base SR, 10G base LR is also used the optical fiber cables. What is the maximum length? Maximum segment length is 10 kilometers. So coming to this one, so in 10 base SR, the maximum length is 300 meters. So in 10G base LR, the maximum length is 10 kilometers. So this is the difference between 10G base SR and 10G base LR. Now, what is the frequency? What is the mode of frequency used in 10G base LR is 1.3 mu. So everywhere means here the maximum segment length is more when compared to 10G base SR, and the frequency range, the single mode fibers is also using the 1.3 mu frequency. So this is also different. And next thing is, here it is a single mode fiber, whereas 10G base SR is multi-mode fiber. So that is also the difference, multi-mode fiber optics. So this is a single mode fiber optics, and the 10G base SR is multi-mode fiber optics. And coming to the last type, 10G base ER. So 10G base ER, this is also defined by IEEE with a standard of 802.3 AE. So that is the basic standard given for this 10 gigabit Ethernet. So all the three implementations support this IEEE standard only. Now this is also used the fiber optic cables. So fiber optic cables means obviously the data is in the form of light waves. So coming to the next one, what is the maximum segment length? The maximum segment length is 40 kilometers. So if SR is used, the maximum segment length is 300 meters, and for 10G base LR, the maximum length is 10 kilometers. Now the maximum segment length is increased to 40 kilometers. That means 4 times to 10G base LR. So in 10G base LR, it is only support to the maximum length of 10 kilometers. To improve by 4 times, this 10G base ER is introduced. Now here, what is the frequency range? So the frequency range is 1.5 mu. So this is the frequency deployed in 10G base UR with a single mode fibers. With a single mode fibers. So now we'll see what are the differences between these three. This is the summary table which represent the differences between 10G base S, 10G base L and 10G base E. So these are the three implementations of 10 gigabit Ethernet. So if you consider the media, so what is the media used here is this 10G base S is short wave fiber optics, and L is also long wave fiber optics, and E means extended fiber optics. So all the three cables are made with fiber optic cables only, but the difference means the differentiation is the short wave, long wave and extended. And next one is this is supporting to 850 nanometers and 1310 nanometers and 1550 nanometers. This 850 nanometers, 1310, 1550 is nothing but the frequency of 0.85 mu in 10G base S. And coming to this one, here it is 13.10 mu, and coming to 1.31, and coming to this one 1.5. Am I correct? Yes. So this is 1.5. So what is that? 0.85 mu frequency range in 10G base S and 1.3 mu used in 10G base L, and the frequency of 1.5 mu is used in 10G base E. And next thing is the mode of transmission. So here 10G base S supports the multi-mode fiber optics, and the 10G base L and 10G base E both supports the single mode fiber optics. And coming to the maximum length, so the maximum length supported by 10G base S is 300 meters, and this 10G base L is supporting 10 kilometers, and 10G base E supports 40 kilometers. So this is about 10 gigabit Ethernet. So the implementation means the coding is similar to gigabit Ethernet only. So what are the techniques we are used to encoding the data? In gigabit Ethernet, the same technologies are used in 10 gigabit Ethernet also.